We're getting down to the end. This is pick 2. Head-to-head mock draft. I'm going to be picking the big fella, Big Chungus, Nikola Jokic, Michael Bolton.
Thanks, Josh. It's Michael Bolton here, and it's time for another episode of the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it, indeed.
You are Locked On Fantasy, your daily NBA fantasy podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast brought to you by Basketball Monster. My name is Josh Lloyd and I am the only man in the world who has completed the game Battletoads. I'm also the lead fantasy analyst at basketballmonster.com and you can find me on Twitter as always at redrock_bball, on TikTok at redrock_bball, and on Instagram at Locked On Fantasy Basketball. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Get a big return with FanDuel right now. Start it off. Place your first $5 bet and get $200 in guaranteed bonus bets. Go to FanDuel.com right now to get started. Thank you also for making Locked On Fantasy Basketball your first listen every day. We are free and we are available on all platforms. So go ahead and listen on both platforms, audio and video, and thumb it up and double bang and leave your comments. A million videos coming out at the moment. Got at least one more mock draft, 2 real drafts, probably another mock draft somewhere in there. Some more strategy type stuff. One more rotation show, 240 game as well. And then we start to head into week 1 and waivers and all that sort of stuff. Waivers, why did I say it that way? Anyway, all that stuff is coming up. So just stay tuned and you'll never miss it. I don't know if I'm releasing this show today, which I'm recording it Friday, the 18th for me, or if I'm releasing it Saturday. I'm not sure. Undecided. But they are the decisions that we have to make, aren't they? So still working that out at this point, but you'll get it out really soon. And yeah, we'll see how we go. We're going to talk mock draft. It's a head-to-head category mock draft. I'm picking a 2. This is my Nikola Jokic build. We'll see how that plays out. You can do basically anything with Jokic. You might have Wemby at that spot as well, but the Wemby pick is coming up later. We'll get into that in a second, but today's episode, so we have an unfettered mock draft, is brought to you by Hims. And one thing that you know is that sometimes distractions can get in the way, whether it's of a mock draft or whether it's laying it down in the bedroom. And that's not part of the script here, but yeah, you know what I mean. Sometimes life is busy, stresses are up, and getting hard and staying hard is not the easiest thing in the world. That's where Hims can come in. Hims is changing, well, maybe not necessarily come in that regard, but they can come in and help. Just give a little bit of a prop up when a tree is falling and you put the little cage around it in a medical term. Hims is changing men's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable sexual health treatments from the comfort of your couch. And unlike my previous statement, they're not actually erecting scaffolding. It's medical ED treatment. The process for Hims is 100% online, no need for uncomfortable doctor's visits, no insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. With hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers, Hims can help you find the ED option that works for you. And these days, there used to be like a stigma and an embarrassment associated with it, but like this literally happens to anybody at any point. Honestly, at any age as well. Stress, medications, so many different things. Diet can impact your erectile health and your sexual health. Don't be embarrassed. Get it sorted. Bring the enjoyment back. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/lockedon. That is HIMS.com/lockedon for your personalized ED treatments. Hims.com/lockedon. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products which are not approved by or verified by safety or for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. Today's episode is also brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Start the season with a big return on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. The NBA season, we are, 5 days away from the start of the year? You might be watching the NFL or college football over the weekend. You might be watching a game in the middle of it and you see something happening. You got a hunch, you got an idea, you got a thought, you got an inkling. So you open up the app and you see the odds there on that page. And sometimes in other situations, you might have had to open another page to get the live stats or the live play-by-play, but no. Not on FanDuel. It's all there on that one page. So you don't have to flip back and forward and confuse yourself. It's all just right there on the screen. So you can get your bet in with the most information possible. And if you are a new customer, when you go and place your first $5 bet, FanDuel will give you $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. So head to FanDuel.com, check out all their odds, all their values, everything. They've even got Christmas Day odds up now. Unbelievably, they've got Bronny specials. Well, Bronny is Bronny James's first made field goal in a regular season game assisted by LeBron James? Interesting. What about, is Bronny James's first assist going to be scored by LeBron James? Very interesting bets. Bronny James's method of first basket. Not in the G League, of course. What about plus 7,500 for Bronny James to score 30 points in any regular season game? Don't think I'd take that one. But that is all there over on FanDuel. So go to FanDuel.com right now and don't forget to gamble responsibly. Let's get into this mock draft. I'm picking a 2. Head-to-head mock draft. Let's go. All right. Away we go. Well, not yet. We're 30 seconds away. But let's get into the draft room. I'm picking Jokic at pick number 2. I have informed the members of the draft, and it's only one person who needs to remember that part and make sure they don't pick him, but that's okay. I'm sure they'll have no problem with selecting Victor Wembanyama. All right, let's see. We saw Kawhi fall amazingly. We saw in the last mock draft that I did that I was able to get Hartenstein around 98 or something like that. We saw Vassell fall a lot. We're seeing people start to be really cautious. And in between me doing that last mock and doing this one, Jalen Williams, the Bronco, has hurt his ankle. Hopefully it's not too serious. That literally just happened. So we'll see what that means. But if they're missing him, then look, yeah. What the hell happens there? That would mean that, like, Aaron Wiggins maybe is streamable. Maybe. Like, he's not a great per-minute player. Isaiah Joe would move into that spot. Maybe. Probably not. Usman Jeng would have to play, but yeah, I don't know if there'd be anyone that really stood up. It would just really solidify. Maybe even Lou Dort would get a few more touches and be relevant enough to stream in if Jalen Williams does miss. So let's look at this draft now. Wemby, Jokic, Doncic, Shea, the first 4 as per usual. Giannis, Davis, the next 2, and then Halliburton. That is the top 7 in almost every draft. Sometimes you'll see a stray Tatum. I think we're going to see Harden start to go at 8 now, but although SD Faki takes Trae Young there, I'll be shocked if Harden's not. Oh, interesting. Jace Tatum goes at 9, not Harden. Thought that the Kawhi news would be pushing him up regularly. There he is at 10. Old mate Jim. Moe Bayer. And I've got Pappy Roy's in here. From, Pappy Roy from NBA Fantasy Basketball PH, Filipino legend who's been on this show last week or 2 weeks ago. So he's jumped in the mock. Good for Pappy. Will he take the Joel Embiid risk at 12? Will he? Come on, Pappy Roy. He does not. He takes Towns. Very, very, very interesting. I like Towns around that mark. I have not seen that happen. And he goes with Chet Holmgren at 13. Wowee. Which I would not have loved had Hartenstein not broken his hand and be out for 5 to 6 weeks. But Chet does get that boost. Still not totally in on him at that position, but very interesting. No Curry. No Edwards. Oh, no, Edwards 11. I lied. Sorry. What an intriguing run. No LaMelo Ball. Wow. Joel Embiid ahead of LaMelo Ball. Embiid goes at 16. Curry 15. LaMelo 17. Wowee. So, things really changing around there, aren't they? There goes Donovan Mitchell at 18. That is an intriguing start to things. Sabonis at 19. Sabonis sometimes goes at 13. He's at 19. We're getting closer to my pick as I try and examine what I'm going to do with Jokic. And nothing's massively standing out to me. I'm going to be honest. I am going to be honest, actually. Sabonis, 19. Şengün, 20. Do I take LeBron? You know what I'm going to do? I'll take Lillard. I think I'll take Lillard at my pick. I think I'll be able to get him there. And then what I do on the other one, I'm not sure yet. Durant at 21. Old mate here, Epitome 7. Of course, it's epitome. He takes LeBron at 22, so that decision... Oh, do I actually? Devin Booker, Damian Lillard. I'm going to... Oh, that is actually a tough call. I'm going to take Lillard there just to mix it up because I took Brunson last time. I took Booker, I think, 2 shows ago. I haven't taken Lillard in any of these mocks, I don't think. Someone changed their team name, which hasn't updated in the draft room, but I can see it on Basketball Monster, to Josh's number 1 fan. And I don't know who that is. Which team is that? Anyway, one of you clowns has changed their name to Josh's number 1 fan. Now, what do I need to do here? I'm thinking big man. But there's no one that really fits the bill there, is there? I All right, no, actually, Brunson just went. I was going to take him. 12 seconds. You know what? I'm just going to mix this up a bit. I'm taking Evan Mobley. I'm pretty big on a big season from Mobley. I want to make sure I'm getting some big stats locked in because I know what's going to happen really soon. This is about trying to play the trends because I know that there is, in between my next pick, there is 19 picks and 10 centers are going to go maybe. Well, maybe not. Maybe 6. We'll see. Interesting. I wanted Mobley. I'm big on Mobley. I wanted to take a bit of a fly there. Tyrese Maxey also was an option. He just went also. Yeah, Mobley is early. I know. Also remember, and there will always be some clown. Oh my God, what a trash team. You'd get smashed in my league. This is terrible. You don't know anything. I don't also know anything. We don't know how things are going to play out. Because if we did, it'd be very easy. You don't know if Mobley is going to be the 50th best player or the 20th best player. You don't. You don't know if any of these things are going to happen. There is so much ability for guys to move up and down that we paralyze ourselves so often. Like, oh, even then, like I wasn't going to take Mobley. Like, oh, that's probably a little bit early, but who cares? I'm not picking again for 20 spots. I wanted to get a big man who blocks some shots, so I think he's got some upside to grow even further. He's the guy. I could have taken Jaren there. That would have been fine. So I took Mobley. I don't know if it's going to make sense ranking wise, but I also don't care. I don't think that's that important. Fox after Mobley, Kyrie Irving, nice on Kyrie. Maxey, really good value. Cunningham, Jaren, Van Vliet, DeJounte. There's that point guard run, man. After I took Lillard, it was all point guards except I broke it up with Mobley. Then was Bam, Jalen Johnson, and Lauri Markkanen, which is a really, really standard grouping. If Paul George falls to me at 47, I'm going to get him. The other guy I'm going to consider is Jimmy Butler, who nearly always goes around 47, and I haven't drafted yet. And we saw the Bronco then fall to 37 after that injury. That's Pappy Roy, who took Markkanen and Jalen Williams on the turn. So I do think that someone got scared off a little bit from Jalen, who normally goes in those mid-rounds. But, yeah, also easy enough for him to fall. Zion at 38. Zion is going a little bit earlier and earlier at the moment. I'm going to throw Paul George into my queue just in case. Ja Morant at 39, which is about the usual spot for him as well. The other guy who would make an element of sense for my team is Desmond Bane. But I will take Paul George if he becomes available. Throw Bane into my queue also. Well, Butler at 40. Okay, that is earlier than I thought. That's okay. Jaylen Brown will also be somewhat of an option for me. But I'm into the spot now where I do need to make sure in these, Paul George, in these next 2 picks, one of them is a point guard. I believe Jamal Murray, as we're currently talking, is cooking. So that's great to see that he's not completely hobbled. Paul George at 42. There's a chance to me Paul George is top 20 per game. Obviously now there's elements on top of that make it harder. But yeah. Paul George at 42, Banchero 43, Jaylen Brown 44. Emmanuel Quickley is going to be one of my guys at the turn here. Wow, Quincy Olivari comes up. I don't think I'll be drafting him. Jaylen Brown, Miles Turner 45, Rudy Gobert 46. Wow, okay. That's where the center's starting. I get a lot of Pascal Siakam. I won't be picking him there, but I will take Emmanuel Quickley. And now the interesting one is probably Jarrett Allen. So I'll grab. So it's an Allen Mobley. So that is one of those ones where if Mobley is hurt, Allen's numbers go up. If Allen is hurt, Mobley's numbers go up. And I think it also makes sense for both of them at that same position, like at their draft spots. So all I've done is centers and point guards. But you see that, like, I think Allen returns value right there. I think Mobley can return value right there. If one of them is hurt, the other one jumps up. So it's a little bit of an insurance policy because it's not going to be Tristan Thompson who takes a big leap forward. Epitome takes Julius Randle at 51. So I've gone Jokic, Lillard, Mobley, Quickley, Allen. I like the start here on this team. I really like the start. Yeah. Very encouraging to see what Jamal Murray did today. Garland would have been the other guy instead of quickly. I could have taken there, but obviously 3 Cavs in a row, not ideal for me. This guy, really thinking about it. Podgy Gab, who I think, and I was like, who's Podgy Gab? Jamal Murray, he auto-picked. He's not there. It says he's there. Casey Kwok. Do you say Kwok or Quatch? I went to school with someone with that surname, and it was Kwok. But you can't answer this in real time, so hopefully you watch it back and tell me. Casey goes with Garlo at 53. And this is like, we're constantly seeing DeRozan fall in the last few mocks, which is, don't really know why. There goes DeRozan at 54. Look, you're getting him there. I get it. Like, I understand that there is some drop down from DeRozan from last year, but yeah. After Duran goes Ayton, Claxton. Big center run. And we are going to see an insane center run because of the Hartenstein injury. It's going to trigger everybody to start going big on it. And my team currently has 1 million rebounds, and I love that. I will need another one soon, another rebounder. And I've just got to figure out where I'm going to do it. Because the next round is the shooting guard round. Franz Wagner goes at 58, which is, I like Franz going there. And the 2 Bridges are almost going to go in the next 5 picks guaranteed. So is Josh Giddey, almost certainly. A guy who will work for me if I can get back around to it at 71 will be OG Anunoby. And I'll hope to get one of Levine, Beal, Poole, Thomas, Miller. Well, I won't get Levine because he went at 59. I have not seen him go that early in a while. Bridges at 60. Surprised we're not getting Vooch here. Well, Brandon Miller, there you go. A lot of these names starting to go off now. Toby Harris will also make... Yeah, there he goes at 62. So that's a pretty standard run on guys at that spot in a draft. Now it's just about... I don't... I'm looking at my team. Can I afford like a Walker Kessler, Mark Williams extra center run? Because if I don't get them 71-74, my next pick's a 95-98. Oh, actually, 95-98 is probably a good center target. It's a Gafford, Lively, a Kongwu area. Well, there goes OG, so I'm not getting him. It goes Vooch, then OG at 63-64. Just a recap on my team. Jokic at pick 2, then Lillard, Mobley, Quickly, Allen. Cam Thomas, 65. Josh Giddey falling here. Bradley Beal, I'll put them into the queue. Jordan Poole may be an option. And then I think... Then maybe, we'll see what happens, but do we look at a Mark Williams at one of those 2 picks? Cam Thomas, Bradley Beal. Also a little surprised that Miles Bridges is sitting there. Just going to throw a few names into my queue here. It is possible that Zubats would be option, and that's what I went for in my last mock. Well, a lot of guard. Look at this. This is the shooting guard zone. See, Jordan Poole goes after Josh Giddey there. 68 for Poole. So Zubats would work here. I think I would take a Mark Williams, then get another center at 98, and then get a second guard. Although a lot of those guards that I wanted just disappeared. Miles Bridges will work actually really well. This guy what's going on with him? Has he been frozen out or something? No, you take Nurkic at 69. Holy crap. Nurkic ahead of Mark Williams. I know he's back and rolling, but wow, didn't expect that. He's back today. Like, I don't know how he's gone in that game, but he's back playing. Miles Bridges, I didn't really think I'd be getting Miles Bridges, but am I? At 72, probably, yeah. All right, so here's the question. I want both these Hornets guys, Bridges and Williams. I think if I take Bridges, there's more of a chance of Mark coming back to me. So let's take Miles there. Let's see what Chocolate Rain. Oh, mate, Tay Zondi. Will he go Mark Williams? Oh, hi, Mark. None of my centers apart from Mobley, because he's a power forward, or plays power forward. Oh, wow, Austin Reeves there. I love it, but wow. None of them else have forward eligibility. Also, you don't usually see Brandon Ingram falling there. So Kobe White went. So I do have the ability to grab Mark Williams. All right, let's do that. And then Walker Kessler, 75, which I could have done. Would have been a much bigger hit on my free throws, which I wasn't quite ready to do. Still got a pretty decent scoring team as well. This guy loves Poggy Gab, loves really sitting in there and taking some time, which again is totally his prerogative. I need to find who this bloke is, Josh's number one fan, which team name it actually is. I'm trying to match up the team names. I think it's SD Faki. This guy, the big fella. He's renamed himself to Josh's number one fan, which don't be that, mate. You don't want to be a fan of me. After Porter goes Zubats at 77, D'Lo at 78. That's nice value on D'Lo, and the fact that Ingram is still there is also a little. Also, by the way, Kawhi not picked. I just didn't even think about it. Kawhi just hasn't been picked, or has he? Did I miss it? No, he's sitting there. What happened? Where the Kawhi's ADP, how is Fantrax updating these? 96 Kawhi Leonard ADP. Do they just do what is the ADP from the last 24 hours? 96 Kawhi. Is this one of these cases where people are just drafting off the top of this queue and ignoring him because he's down so far? That's legitimately amazing. What is happening there? 81. I will 100% take Kawhi Leonard at my next pick because that is top 10 per game upside. I don't know if it's going to work out, but who cares at this point? You got to start doing it, guys. What's happening? Do people just not see that he's available? It must be it. I didn't know. I didn't even click. After Zubats, D'Angelo Russell, then Pirtle, Simons, Ingram, Brook Lopez. So we're at 82. 95 is my next pick. I don't think Kawhi is lasting until then. Ron Barrett at 83. That is a wild pick. I love it. Let's go. Let's be bold. It's wild, though. Holy crap. That is early. And there goes Drew Holiday at 84. Drew goes almost without any variance at all in this area. Keegan Murray, 85. The other one who's, again, been dropped way down in this is Kawhi's behind Scoot Henderson. Devin Vassell has been dropped way down here as well. So I'm going to throw him into my queue. Just so I also remind myself. Keegan Murray, Daniel Gafford at 86, who is, I think, coming off the bench. Wasn't sure about it a day or so ago, but fairly certain he's coming off the bench now, which obviously limits some of that upside. I still need a guard eligible and a forward eligible player, which we'll figure that out. Not a problem. Middleton, that is, what? 87, crazy. What is that? That's so early, considering he's not healthy. Hero at 88 is one I actually really like. I think there's strong value in that. But also, Hartenstein, not picked. Hartenstein hasn't been picked. Caruso at 89. This has been a very... Wow, there goes Kawhi. Unbelievable from Ushui to get him there. As much as I'm like, don't draft Kawhi in certain spots, wow, that is very interesting, isn't it? Valanciunas, 91. Someone said thoughts on Kawhi, I'm talking on the show, mate. Johnny Kuminga at 92. What's my team? Hartenstein is staring at me. CJ McCollum is staring at me. Conte George is staring at me. Devin Vassell is staring at me. Is this George time? Is it CJ time? I actually might... I'm going to take CJ. And then I've got Vassell and Keontae. So I've got Jokic, Lillard, Mobley, quickly, Allen, Bridges, Williams, McCollum. Then Vassell goes really strong there. We're in Jalen Green territory. We're in Hartenstein territory in a big way. I think I'll take Keontae. There goes Draymond. Or... No, let's take Keontae there. I can easily absorb field goal percentage. Easily. With my team. Not a problem. Now we get to the Herb Jones at 99. Now, I'm hoping I can get a Lively or a Kongwu back around. Also, still need a forward-eligible player. Don't think those guys have it, do they? Kongwu doesn't. Bogdan goes 100. Suggs 101. Jalen Green 102. Good picks. All those ones. Really, really solid stuff. Terry Rozier still available. Also, still need a forward for me. Who could be my forward target? Well, Trey Murphy. Hartenstein. There goes a Kongwu 103. So Hartenstein falling behind a Kongwu. Where's Hartenstein moved down to in this unbelievably, weirdly, quickly updated ADP numbers? What has happened here? Zach Edey at 118, I'll consider him too. Hartenstein down to 120. Why? How has that changed so fast? Also, Marcus Smart with only point guard eligibility is insane. John Collins at 104. Trey Murphy 105. Marcus Smart's going to be the small forward on this team, so him being point guard only is crazy. There goes Scoot at 106. Like I said in one of the earlier shows, I think it sounds like Tamani Kamara is going to start instead of Scoot, which is insane to me. Chauncey Billups is a terrible coach. There goes Edey, so didn't get him at 10. He went 107. Hartenstein's still there. Well, people are just off. I got him at 98 last time. I thought I was getting a bargain. Maybe I could have waited. Derek Lively at 108. I know he's out to begin the year. Alex Sara wow, what is happening? Is this again one of those cases of people just not scrolling down? Because Porzingis. Where's Porzingis? No one's drafting him. How far down is he on this list? 133 ADP. That is absolutely not true. Loving that for me. What is going on here? Dante DiVincenzo 110. We're in round 10, man. Amen Thompson, Terry Rozier. Cool. This is a race to see what happens now, who gets back to my pick. Chris Paul still there? Man. Well, there goes Hartenstein. Someone finally... Oh, of course, Josh's number one fan. Well, why wouldn't you do that? Chris Paul goes at 114. 4 picks. Can I get Porzingis? Absolutely not. He just goes at 115. Damn it. So now let's actually start locking in. Well, Naz Reid will be my pick. If we can do that. He has got forward eligibility, so that's a W. But I get the feeling that I'll make Casey my... Ooh, he takes Capella. Poggy Gabby's a big thinker. Big, deep thinker. Let's see what he does here. So there goes Naz Reid. So that screws that. So my last pick was Keontae George and CJ McCollum, followed by Mark Williams, Miles Bridges, Jarrett Allen. Now, I still need a forward-eligible guy. I'm going to take Sohan. Am I? I'm debating it now. No, I'm going to take Sohan. And now the decision is what to do next. Jeremy Grant is available. Dyson Daniels will be very interesting here. There goes Avdir and Smart, which are very strong picks there, I think. Jaden Ivey, maybe. Do I take a flyer on Jackson Davis? No, I'm going to take Dyson. The dustbuster himself. I'll take... Oh, actually... No, let's take Dyson Davis. Let's get some steals in. Debated that one. Could have taken Clay there, I think. Would have worked out nicely. But I get the feeling I'm going to get some value slide back around in round 12 at 143. I think I'll get some good picks there. Aaron Gordon, 123. Who's this guy? I don't know why that's not telling me who's commenting. I think it's because I'm reusing the same draft, so I don't have to reset all the settings. So it doesn't update all the names in the chat. Is Dyson Daniels even from Melbourne? Is he? I think he is. Well, obviously, he's from Australia. I think he's from Melbourne. Aaron Gordon went there. Then Taylor Hendricks at 124. Hendricks locked in, starter. The role is the question mark, though. I've got Jeremy Grant and Clay into my queue. They're not sexy picks at all. And we get into the stage where taking Trace Jackson-Davis is very limited risk. Norman Powell also goes next, which is a good selection as well. I think we feel pretty comfortable about that one. Pajemski. So Monk goes at 126. Pajemski 127. Drummond 128. Was that the Embiid guy? No, that was a Trae Young team. Clay goes 129. Okay. Ben Simmons auto-picked at 130, which is, like, fine. A little surprised that Trace hasn't gone here, and Mike Conley's still sitting around for some reason. And this is prime Asar Thompson too early zone as well. Jaden Ivey. Okay. Pappy Roy, what is he doing? He's got 2 picks here. He's been going pretty upside with a lot of his picks. Like Lively and Sarr with the last 2. And then Bob Portis. Actually, that's not an upside pick. That's just solid enough there. I think he might grab a Mick Conley here, which makes a ton of sense. No, he reaches for the old Noah Clancy. Not a reach, but just goes and snags him. I've got a couple of upside picks there for me being Keontae, Sohan, and Daniels, my last 3. So I'll just see what falls, whether it is Jeremy Grant or Conley or Jackson Davis or whatever. There goes Kelly Oubre at 134. Look at this Thunder Hawks game. Kobe Buffkin dropped 31 points with 7 threes. Let's go. They also started David Roddy, if you want to know the quality of that game. Dylan Jones with a 6-10-5-4-1 line, which is great. Bad shooting. Dylan Jones might be the one who gets minutes if Jalen Williams misses. I still don't like him as a player. I think he's a little bit slow. And shooting is a little bit off, but he might get some minutes if Jalen is out. PJ Washington goes, so after Oubre goes Kevin Porter, Jeremy Grant, PJ Washington, Cam Johnson. Asar Thompson, always in round 12 from Asar. At 139, he goes there. No, he took Conley. Casey. I'm going to take Jackson Davis if we get to that. Josh Hart goes, which is a really, really good pick there, I think. Al Horford's still available also, if anyone wants to go down that route. Oh, no, Jackson Davis. How do I miss by 1 pick on a guy like Trace Jackson Davis? It's pretty annoying. So what do I do now with this selection? Because let's just do this. All right. Let's go with Bilal. And let's get like a Horf, I think, on the way back around. Zach Ricochet goes 144. That's good. I like that selection there. Andrew Wiggins also still floating around. But this is obviously the weird part of the draft. Oh, what? How did that? So it was Jackson Davis, then Bilal, then I'll take Horford, and then they both got picked one ahead of me. I don't like that. Some might say it's a little bit unfair. No one's been more unfair. Like, there's no one who's had it more unfair than me, honestly, if we're going to be honest about everything. I'm probably one of the guys who's copped it the most out of anybody. Let's just take Andrew Wiggins. You know what I'm going to do? Just to, as a real random, I'm going to put Dylan Jones in my queue. Just in case we get something opening night from him. Just in case. Russell Westbrook, 147, which is actually, that's a pretty good pick. Anthony Melton, 148. It's a little bit barren around here, obviously. Huckers. Someone should be grabbing a Shaden Sharp as well, who's sitting there to put onto injured reserve. And I don't have, like, one of those injured stash guys. So he's an option for me. Bub Carrington, I can't see how it works. There goes Shaden Sharp. Now, did that team already have injured? Well, he was auto-picking for some reason. Where did he go? Sick. Love that from you. Scottie Pippen. That is a wild pick. Love Scottie, but what is that? I can't say much because I'm going to take Dylan Jones with my last pick. Khalil Ware, just don't see how it happens. Love him, don't see how it's going to work. And then Juice McBride. Wow, we're getting wild here. Juice McBride, good opening night. Streamer, and Pappy Roy, of course, does it for the Philippines. He goes with Jordan Clarkson. Well, I was not expecting to see Scottie Pippen go off the board. Ryan Dunn. Wowee. All right. I can't. Yeah, maybe. Little Chungus. Nikola Jokic. Then Dennis Schroeder, then Reed Shepherd. This is so... Dunn, Ware, Shepherd, he went Carrington and Shepherd. I just think you've wasted those two picks. But you've taken Flyers. I just don't know how it's going to happen. Lonzo Ball, also waste. I could be wrong on how all these rotations shake out. The 240 guy, man. Trey Mann, yeah, he's been cooking Trey Mann and closing games. I like that pick. Trey Mann has improved so much over the last 6 to 12 months. Wait a minute. Did Dylan Jones move out of my queue? Surely not. No one picked him. Did I not put him in the queue? Corey Kispert. It's an auto pick, which is whatever. There's a lot of value here. Levert, Strus. And this, again, I'm picking this. Well, grade A Dick goes 166. I'm picking Dylan Jones because if Hartenstein's out, if Jalen Williams is out, it could be Usman Jeng, or it could be Dylan Jones. I don't think it's going to work. I'm literally just doing it just to mention the name just in case. And Wendell Carter, 168. That is the draft done. So I started with Jokic, then Lillard, Mobley, quickly Allen, Miles Bridges, that's Jarrett Allen, Miles Bridges, Mark Williams, CJ McCollum. That's who I've got for my injured stash, sorry. CJ McCollum, Keontae George, Jeremy Sohan, Dyson Daniels, Bilal Coulibaly, Andrew Wiggins, and Dylan Jonesy Jones. Good draft. I like how it went. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. So hit the thumb up on the video. Hit the subscribe audio-wise. I've got one more to do. It's the Wembanyama one. I've got one more rotation show to do. I've done 1 million shows already today, though, so I'm not sure we're going to get that happening today, but we'll find out. Hit the old subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up and leave your comments down below. Guys, we are done here. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. See ya.